In this movie we have a bouncing ball that we're going to control using something called a conditional statement. A conditional statement is sort of like an if-then statement. I pre-scripted this, so let's look at the code I created and then test the movie to see how it's working. The first 4 lines of code, we're telling the MC underscore ball instance that we're creating a bounce method, and the bounce method makes the Y property decrease by 200, which is going to make the ball go up 200 pixels. On line 7, we have an event handler that's controlling when we press or click on our instance. All that's doing is running the bounce method. So let's test this movie and see what happens. I'm going to make it full screen here. So when I click on the ball, it goes up. And if I click it again, it goes up again. And if I click it again, it disappears, but it's actually just going up, way up into the stratosphere. So we don't want that to happen. What we want to happen is when we click it and it's down, it goes up. And if we click it when it goes up, it goes down. So let's create a conditional statement to control that. Select the Actions layer, Frame 1, and open up the Actions panel. We're going to place this conditional statement inside of the event handler we created in the last video. To do that, click after the open bracket, press enter, go down a line, we'll indent, type if, open parenthesis. Within these parentheses you put the condition. So I'm going to type this dot underscore y space greater than sign space 200 close parenthesis. So this is saying if the y of MC underscore ball, we're using the this keyword to reference that, is greater than 200, then we're going to run the bounce method. To put the then part of it in, press enter, type open parenthesis, go to the last line of the bounce method execution, press enter, type a close parenthesis. So it says if this condition is met, the condition being within parentheses, then do whatever is in the brackets after that. Now test the movie. See that it goes up, you click it again, nothing happens. It's only running the bounce method if the Y position of the object is greater than 200. Once it goes to the top of the screen, the Y position is less than 200, so it doesn't run the bounce method. Now we're going to add the code that makes it go back down if it's at the top of the screen. Click after the close bracket at the end of your if statement. Press enter. Now type else, E-L-S-E. Type enter, open bracket, close bracket. Type the up arrow to go up one, enter again to get within the brackets. Remember there's no condition with the else statement because the if statement is saying if this is true, the else statement is just assuming if this is false. Now here's what happens. I'm going to type this dot underscore y space plus equal sign 200 semicolon. What this line of code is saying is the y property of this object will increase by 200 if the y is less than 200, or if this statement is not true. Increasing the y by 200 will make it go back down in the same amount that the bounce method makes it go up. Up here when we look at this dot underscore y minus equals 200. Now test the movie. Watch the magic. That's just a simple example of a conditional statement. We're going to use more complex ways later on throughout this tutorial. But just remember, to type a conditional statement, you type if, the condition within parentheses, what happens within brackets. If you want to add the else, you don't use any parentheses, you just type what happens in the brackets.